Hey guys, it's Swag and welcome to a Predecessor video. I know I haven't been playing Predecessor recently and I haven't really been keeping up with the news, but, I do enjoy the game and I do want to see what's kind of going on with the patch notes and stuff like that. And I know I'm about like 15 days late to this, but better late than never. So yeah, we're going to keep up with the patch notes, see what changes they've made, balance changes, hero changes, item changes, all that stuff. With version 1.4.5. So let's start this up. So we have some hotfix stuff for Discord. Fixed an issue where only Twitch and Discord providers were visible on the linked account pages. Fixed an issue where linked Discord account could result in this error. Fixed an issue where Discord chat would disappear when entering draft or active gameplay. Game server location changes. Fixed an issues where players previously set to NA East were incorrectly defaulted to Europe after the update. Heroes fixed an issue where Kalari could apply death mark repeatedly after disconnecting and reconnecting. Okay. Fixed an issue where Aurora could become locked out of all actions except movement if she died while casting Hoarfrost. Replay changes. Fixed an issue where opening the chat window during a replay could cause various in-game functions to stop working. Fixed an issue where pressing enter while entering a time in replay would open the chat unintentionally. Shop and UI changes. Fixed an issue where the shop could not be closed after selecting a filter. Fixed an issue where the in-game store required double button press to close when filters had been used on controller. Okay. Crash fixes. Fixed a rare crash on the main menu. Hold on a second. I've been having a few crashes in the game. I don't know if this is particularly the main one. I have issues where I'm loading into the game, I load into the game and it tells me I'm low on memory, so that might be on my end, because I have low memory, I guess. But I have problems when I load into a match. Around the first 10 seconds, I disconnect. So I have to reconnect and then I lose about 40 seconds. So I don't know if they're talking about that. Some known issues. Discord account linking has been enabled yet due to an issue. It will be fixed ASAP in the hotfix. When selecting a server during the first boot of the game, you may notice new servers location listed such as SA, Asia, and MENA. These servers are currently unsupported. Selecting them or attempting to queue will result in an error. This is expected behavior. If this occurs, please restart the game to reset your server location. Nice. So more servers are being developed, so I guess more people can play. Greetings, champion. So, doesn't feel like long since we last wrote these words. Oh wait, that's because it wasn't. The mini balancing patch was only 2 weeks ago, wasn't it? Well, we hope you're ready for another set of patch notes because we've got some more for you. This balancing update, all about balance. We're making further adjustments to the big hero makeovers introduced in 1.4, but we also have a few new features we want to tell you more about, such as Discord integration improvements, game server location changes, in-game tips, minimap update, and anti-toxicity measures. Starting with store news, we've got some new skins available. If you are interested in those, I don't really care about the skins. Discord integration improvements. So we've been thrilled by your positive feedback on our Discord integration and we're taking it even further. You can now link your Discord account to unlock expanded chat functionality. This allows you to send and receive private messages from your Discord friends even when they're outside the game. You'll also be able to message your party as early as the queue or reach out to individual players directly. You can still use in-game comms as usual, but with Discord linked, communication becomes even more seamless. Nice. I kind of hate the communication system in Predecessor. It's kind of, I have to click F1 or I have to move my mouse around to click the different communications and stuff. So this change makes you probably do less of that. So that is very nice. So coming soon, linked Discord accounts in the future will also be let you import your Discord friends directly into the Predecessor friend list, making it easier than ever to party up. Nice. Accessibility is always a good thing. So, game server location changes. A long-awaited change has finally arrived. As of April 8th, the NA East and NA West servers will merge into a single server location. Okay. NA Central. So this is interesting. This means no more splitting our North American player base, and potentially short queue times count us in. Ah, okay, that's very nice. I honestly don't really have a... Well, I guess this is for North America, but as far as Europe goes, I don't have any problems with queue time. I think they're actually not too bad. The most I've ever had as a queue time is probably 1 minute. And shortest queue times I've had like between 5 seconds to like 10 seconds. So it's honestly not that bad as far as queue times go. We're also happy to confirm that OCE servers with locations in Australia are staying permanently. Nice. We're also aware of the questions about servers in other regions of the world. All we can say for now is watch this space. Okay, so I think they are definitely doing something with the servers there. In-game tips. To support new players in learning the game more effectively, we've introduced a series of in-game tips aimed at improving awareness of core mechanics and gameplay concepts. These tips will appear contextually during matches, most often after deaths, offering timely guidance to help players make more informed decisions next time. While primarily intended to ease the learning curve for newcomers, we believe even experienced players may find some of these reminders useful. This is interesting. I guess these kind of MOBA games can be a bit overwhelming, especially if you don't want to play maybe League or Smite and you're trying to see other games that are a lot more easier to understand. I actually think this is really good, especially for Predecessor. It can kind of be like a way to get new players into the game and kind of introduce them to everything. And giving these tips to them can definitely help them. I think that will probably make them stay a bit more, kind of get them more engaged in the game. So that can help with the game's lifespan. Minimap update. This is interesting. If you've been following our social channels, you might be aware that we've been working on a minimap redesign to improve overall visibility. The first iteration of these changes will be introduced in this patch, and we hope that the updated map will make the in-game information clearer and easier to read. We hope you'll notice the following improvements: increased lane visibility. Objectives are now marked with the color of the buff they provide, making them easier to identify. A new outline helps the minimap stand out more clearly. Increased minimap size, making icons and pings easier to see and interpret. This is just the beginning. Further improvements of the minimap are planned for future updates, so stay tuned. Okay, this is what it looks like. Yes, you can definitely clearly see the lanes more. All the colors stand out a bit more. You can see every single buff, every single camp, all the towers a lot more clearer. I think it used to be a lot more transparent before, so this change is definitely good. Toxicity changes. More tweaks have been done to our anti-toxicity measures. Hopefully you'll see that toxicity will become less prevalent with this update. As always, if you witness undesirable behavior in the game, please let us know about it through in-game reporting system. Nice. Gameplay balance changes. Here we go. This is where the good stuff comes in. So, general. Bug fix fixed an issue where various item effects and ability damage instances would unintentionally draw minion and tower aggression. Okay. Interesting. Death timers. Oh, God. To begin with, death timers will be an ongoing topic that we continue to monitor feedback towards. To provide some brief context, while it's important for kills to be convertible into objectives for the structure and pacing of the match, we wish to be careful with early deaths not to be too punishing to be on the receiving end of, okay? For example, if death timers are overly long in the game, in early game, okay, in scenarios where you kill an opponent level 2 due to a single mistake, then are then easily able to crash a wave and reset wave bouncing back to you. Secure the freeze of an opponent who is down on items and experience just to kill them again. This can quickly cascade into an aggressive snowball that can be both unenjoyable and incredibly difficult to come back from. Okay. While there are many other factors such as objectives and tower TTK relative to death timers and how convertible they post kill, the relationship of recalling and death, or how the death timers can contribute to games ending too quickly or too slowly, etc. As a general note, we wish for the pace of the average Predecessor game to be engaging and exciting for all parties, with healthy doses of snowballing, comebacks, and strategy all present in a given match, with matches ending in a satisfying manner. With this in mind, we're being conscious of not accidentally undoing many of these pacing improvements the community has generally responded well to in the 1.4 changes by overshooting too hard on dev timer adjustments in the short term, while the balanced ecosystem continues to establish with each update. Okay. While we may make additional adjustments again in the near future, for now, dev timers are seeing a small increase in early levels to further increase the ability for players to convert a kill into a subsequent objective, with further adjustments to be considered in the future as more feedback comes in. So dev timers at levels 1 to 8 increased from... Is it... Okay, so they've increased it by a second. So when you die, it takes longer for you to respawn. Is that what they're saying? That's interesting. Before up here they mentioned that they don't want people to take too long with death timers. Anyway, jungle. Alongside some minor durability increases for various objectives to provide a greater window to contest. We're pushing back the initial spawn time of Fangtooth to provide some additional breathing room in early game for teams to navigate before the objective rush begins. Additionally, the respawn time of Mini and All Prime is being increased to better desync their uptime from Fangtooth. Okay, because this used to be a thing where as soon as Fangtooth spawned, All Prime or Mini Prime would spawn, so you could kind of split the objectives between each other. So that's interesting. Thereby reducing the frequency at which they can simply be traded for one another if the disadvantaged team chooses to avoid fighting over them. So basically, they want more teams to clash over them. Basically, the Fangtooth and Mini Prime. So that's interesting. Finally, Fangtooth and Mini Prime are seeing a reduction in the amount of global experience they award on death, increasing the ability for a team to get ahead by taking them off cooldown and providing more of an opportunity cost should too many resources be thrown at them in the early stages of a match. Okay, so for Fangtooth, initial spawn times increased from 4 to 5 minutes. Sorry, not meters. Experienced decreased from 120 to 400, so plus 20 per level, to 80 to 290, so less experience basically. The physical armor of Fangtooth has been increased, and the health of Fangtooth has also been increased. Okay, that's interesting. Mini Orb, they've increased the respawn time, decreased the amount of EXP you get by killing him, increased the health, and increased physical armor. Okay, so they're making him more tanky. Interesting. And the same for All Prime, I assume. Yeah, respawn time increase, damage increased, and physical armor also increased. Okie dokie. So for towers in general, tower gold drops have a habit of flying out of view when dropped and can often be missed by players as a result. We're making some small adjustments to their travel trajectory alongside taking the opportunity to speed up their decent time, which should ultimately have gold drops feeling snappier and more enjoyable to collect. So they've made projectile speed increased and gold drop gravity increased, I guess, to make it fall faster, and projectile pitch decreased as well. So that should make it easier to collect tower gold basically. Outer towers, minor adjustments are being made to the durability of towers in early game, making the ability to take the first play or two more achievable. Interesting. While ensuring that the outer towers' later segments still remain durable and more difficult to chain together back to back. Yes, so basically, every time you destroy a plate, you'll get gold drops. So I guess what they're saying is we want players to be able to get these gold drops more quicker. So that's the kind of change they're making, I think. So bonus armor is decreased. Plate segment bonus armors remain changed from 1. Temporary armor on plate destruction. 2 nearby enemy heroes increase from 140 to 150. 3 heroes 200 to 220. 4 heroes 280 to 300. Okay. Here we go. Here is where the changes really come in. Hero balance changes. Let's go. Starting with Argus. While its damage potential is immense, Argus's particle shredder struggles to keep in pace with the general increase to movement speed that came in 1.4, with him frequently struggling to land it against moving opponents. As a result, a small increase in its projectile speed is being given to provide some greater consistency to the ability, so they've increased it from 3,500 to 3,800. Interesting. For anyone that does main Argus, I want to see if you guys kind of think he needs more buffs. I remember getting absolutely destroyed by Argus one time, so that was bad memories, and I see that he's getting buffed. Nice. Aurora changes. This is a big one, I think. Given her disruptive and durable nature, Aurora currently possesses too much raw damage. Nice. When committing to a tank build, often able to unreasonably explode less durable heroes. Yes. To make sure there is a greater trade-off in damage and durability for tankier builds that forego any magical power, Boreal Sweep is receiving a heavy loss in base damage in return for some additional scaling. Okay. Boreal Sweep. Damage has been decreased. Magical power scaling has been increased to balance this though. Explosive damage has been decreased, but explosion magical power scaling has been increased. So this is an interesting one to see. And this is the only nerf it looks like they've made to her. So it's mainly for her Boreal Sweep. Okay, that's interesting. That is kind of the ability that they do kind of spam the most. So yeah, it makes sense. But it's interesting, this is the only thing that got nerfed on her. Very interesting. Boris, here we go. This is another one that's really interesting. Boris's ability to apply pressure for aggressive invade and in the early game, paired with his general healing capabilities, can allow him to make poor choices with relatively little risk for punishment. To combat this, decreases to his early game power and general durability are being given to ensure opponents have a better chance of dueling Boris and picking him off before he heals too much, should they find him out of position. So basically, you need to play a little bit more carefully with Boris, so when you gank, and all that stuff. So they have decreased his physical power, his health has been decreased, health growth has been decreased, physical armor has been decreased, and physical armor growth has been decreased. This is all nerfs. So it looks interesting. Honestly, it doesn't seem like too big of a change. Dropping his physical power by 2. I mean, this is early game as well. I guess the big changes would be health and armor. Not even really, it's just minor change. I think Boris will still be viable early game. But yeah, like they said, this kind of nerf here is to make you play a bit more carefully when you're going for things like ganks. And they changed the Chrono Swipe, they also decreased the damage. Okay, so he does less damage early game now. Okay, interesting. Counters change, Eventide, improved readability by adjusting the VFX. No, I thought they were maybe going to nerf or do something with her. That's interesting. That's the only change. Drongo, despite possessing unique utility tools, Drongo has fallen behind other carries, often feeling unable to make an impact in the laning phase before becoming eclipsed in the damage department by other heroes. Some additional strengths is being offered to the old Rusty to return some of his former lane bully and poking potential, giving him a better foundation to getting rolling from. General, attack speed has been increased, and his old Rusty ability. Damage has been increased. He gains bonus physical power scaling, which has been increased, and cooldowns have generally also been decreased. That is interesting. Feng Mao, here we go. Feng Mao continues to have a hard time staying healthy during his jungle clears, as well as struggling to keep pace in various offlane matchups in early levels. Increases to his baseline durability and mana are being offered to allow for greater stability in reaching his post-6 ultimate spike, whereby he has an easier time at outplaying and dueling his opponents. So for general, his health regen has been increased. Okay. Physical armor increased and mana also increased. As someone who did play Feng Mao and enjoys his ultimate, this is interesting. I mean, early game, I get scared of Sev, so I guess this change should make it kind of less scary. But this is a viable change. I think all these changes are mainly just kind of early game changes. Through subtle, those subtle, Gadget receiving a suit of quality of life and feel adjustments to increase the consistency, readability, and reliability of her abilities, with her sticky mind having a more intuitive arc to his flight path and speed gate originating from a higher location to match targeting expectations more and unintentionally collide with floors less. Alongside this, her Seek and Destroy is receiving a slight increase to its homing capabilities to once again provide for greater consistency and chasing potential. Oh, God, I gotta blow my nose. So, for Sticky Minds, what the hell does that say? Enhanced bomb VFX improved to be more noticeable. Bomb visual increased. The hitbox has been unchanged. A projectile now spawns at the current time during the animation rather than immediately. Okay. Projectile terrain collision radius decreased. Targeting visual range decreased. Projectile notified distance decreased. Unnotified distance projectile speed multiplier. And projectile gravity increase. Okay. So projectiles now originated slightly higher off the floor when initially fired, better matching its flight path to targeting and reducing the frequency at which it unintentionally hits the floors. Seek and Destroy. Nearby heroes homing speed increased by 10% and homing range increased by 10%. Okay. Gideon's ability to outshove, outduel, and outpoke many of his matchups leaves him currently acting as a mighty jack of all trades, with that many mages struggle to match up against on the top of a shorter window to apply his passive tether once he gains it. Decreases to his lane clear via an increase to Void Breach's cooldown will also being given to provide other mages more breathing room when playing against him in lane. So, for Cosmic Power, enhanced basic attack duration, and for Void Breach, cooldown increased. Okay. Greystone's ultimate was subject to a range of bugs that have impacted its strength, with it feeling underwhelming in many cases. These issues have now been resolved, with the ultimate now correctly removing anti-heal effects on use, as well as it now correctly restoring more health the longer he holds out as a reward for risking his life to the wire. That's interesting. These fixes result in a notable increase in the power of Greystone, as we expect he will feel more satisfying and powerful to play as a result. So these are mainly just changes to his ultimate. So the minimum heal has been increased, the max heal has been increased, cooldown has been increased though. Now correctly removes anti-heal on debuff. Now correctly heals Greystone for a higher amount when at values lower than 30% for max health. Health restored amount now updates correctly in the in-game ability description. So basically, his ultimate should feel more rewarding when you are like one tap. It doesn't say anything about it doing more damage though, so I think they're keeping damage the same, just the health you get back and some general bug fix changes with the ultimate has occurred. Oh god, Grux. As promised in the last patch, we have made some adjustments to Grux's smash and grab, increasing the time it takes for him to channel a max range pull, as well as making some corrections to his hitbox to be able to be more accurate in world decal. This change should make the ability feel easier to play against, okay? While still allowing Grux to achieve clutch pulls if he times it correctly. As always, we'll keep an eye out to the changes moving forwards to see if Grux needs additional adjustments based on community feedback. So, for his Q, his smash and grab, the channel time to reach max distance has been increased from 1 second to 1.2 seconds, and hitbox is now more correct. It's no longer 150 range larger than intended. So, did it have too much range? I think what they're saying is it had too much, like there was a bug that it looked like they were far away, but you still managed to grab them. I think that's the change they made. Okay, so they haven't really, well, they've kind of well, no, they haven't really impacted the range. They just made the bug fixed, and then they also increased the time it takes to get to max range. Interesting. We'll see how people react to this, but this, yeah, a lot of people have been complaining that his Q is unbelievable, and it is, which makes him for a really good support, off lane, and even jungle, so that's great. Howie. Howard's all-in potential at his level 6 spike currently leaves him for little room for survival for those unlucky enough to be on the receiving end of Make It Rain. The ability of receiving a reduction to its raw damage, better ensuring that Howie must soften up his opponent further before he can blast them back to the afterlife. So, for his ultimate change, his total damage has been decreased and his damage per missile has also been decreased. So this is just the general nerf to his ultimate. Higi and Scorch. Higi and Scorch's ability to spread fire and chaos across the battlefield is currently feeling limited, with the damage occurring from his persistent zones of fire not packing enough heat to thoroughly act as a zone control tool that enemies must escape from should they value their life. They are receiving increases to their persistent damage capabilities, better allowing him to deny areas with AoE tools, and cook enemies that find themselves stuck in the inferno for too long. So for his oil spill, the burn damage magic power scaling per instant has been increased. His Molotov burn damage power scaling has also been increased. His ultimate total damage has been increased, and his total magic power scaling has been increased. This is interesting. I thought against Scorch was quite a good AoE crowd controller. And it seems like they're buffing him as well, which is insane. He's probably gonna be very broken, so we'll see. Kai. Since the previous fixes to Kai's Unleash, as well as the bump in his strength he received in the previous pass, Chimera has found a return to form. With these previous changes now established, we're stripping back some of his healing potential and Unleash options. Uptime, thereby inching down to a healthier power level relative to other junglers that are being adjusted around him. Okay. So his passive healing, what the hell am I looking at? Healing per stack changed to 0.5 to 0.6. Okay, so the healing per stack has been increased. It looks like it's been increased. Okay. For his Unleash, a cooldown has been increased. Okay, so he's still viable, just some very minor tunings happen to his ability kit and whatnot. So next, Belica. With the emergence of Belica's new on-hit capabilities, so too have on-hit builds surfaced as a strong build contender that offers her a powerful mid-game spike in strength. To ensure that the build remains viable, but more in line with other styles, we're making adjustments to her basic attack timer and general baseline potency. These changes reduce the value of Belica's gains from stacking attack speed to help her keep the on-hit builds on parity with other styles, alongside diminishing her early game shove and bullying capabilities, ensuring that she must work harder in lane to transition in the mid game. Yeah, a lot of people were usually maining Belica, and it just seemed like her kit was insanely strong, so this nerf probably very necessary. Physical power decreased, health decreased, and that increased from 1.4 to 1.45, and her Void Bomb has seen damage decreased. Nice. Morigesh. While Morigesh has found an interesting home as a short-range sustain mage since the 1.4 shift, her damage currently falls short. Her damage falls short, am I looking at that correctly? To the point that she can struggle to possess agency and flights beyond her durability. She is receiving a suite of changes aimed at bumping up her damage potential to reach a more happy medium when paired with her healing capabilities. Bundle this with changes to Hive that reduce how unnaturally heavy it feels towards the end of its flight path, and Morigesh should feel far more able to spread her pestilence and work down her bows over time. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm reading this. She's getting buffed. Attack speed growth increased. Max health damage increased. Magic power scaling increased. Oh my good god. Magic power scaling increased. Cooldowns decreased. Projectile speed increased. Projectile gravity increased. Projectile notify distance increased. On notify distance. Holy moly. And mark. Magic power scaling increased. Good god. She's gonna be broken. Very broken for mid lane. Murdoch. Similar to other heroes, Murdoch's fix to his movement speed in the previous patch that has allowed his strength to shine once again, with his general damage output eclipsing that of many other carries. Given the range on control and utility of the tools he possesses, a reduction to his general basic attack potency is required to bring him back up to healthier level of strength. For his basic attack, they reduced the physical power scaling, and for his shots fired, total physical power scaling has been decreased. Muriel. Once again, we're adjusting Muriel's shielding capabilities, given how difficult they can be to fly through for so many compositions since the armor changes, with them often stalling out flights for too long. These changes should still leave Muriel able to make an impact with the time shields, but leaves the opponent with a greater chance at pushing through them should they commit enough resources to a target. So, her secondary has seen shields decreased, a higher cooldown, so this is general nerf. For alacrity, shields decreased. Reversal of fortune, her ultimate, shields decreased. Oh wow, they full on nerfed her, like... Oh, but she gets magic power scaling increased. Okay, so they nerfed her shields, but gave her a bit more magic damage. Interesting. Narbash. Narbash's general healing capabilities, when paired with shielding effects from items, and the general increase in armor of heroes, contributes to excessive durability in various teamfight scenarios that can be overly difficult for many low damage or damage over time-based heroes in the fight. To help remedy this, we're bumping down the general efficacy of the healing when not building magic power, and therefore being squishier, as well as reducing the damage reduction available on his ultimate, increasing the viability of choosing to focus him down before he has too much impact should he miss position. So for some of my people, his healing has been decreased, and his ally healing decreased as well. That's interesting. I think he can't heal properly. I don't know how he heals. Maybe I just don't know how to use him, but I really struggle with playing Narbash. Like, his kit, it makes sense. Like, you have a speed, you have the heals, and you have the ultimate. But I just can't, I don't know, the heal just doesn't seem to heal. Maybe it's a problem on my end, but they are decreasing the healing. So there's that. And the boom, damage reduction decreased from 50 to 40%. Okay. Revenant, a small set of improvements for Revenant, increasing the potency of his fourth shot, oh my god, to better deal with bulkier targets that give him trouble, as well as increase the slow duration on Reckoning to increase his chances of peeling off or chasing down a target in the Nether Realm. So for Hellfire rounds, missing health damage per level increased, and for his ultimate, slow duration has been increased. Sev. Similar to other tankier heroes, Sev currently deals too much damage for his durability. Huh? Often able to single out and burst squishier targets with ease in the late game. Similar to Aurora, we're shifting Siphon scaling to ensure there is a greater trade-off to damage and durability based on the item choice of Sev that Sev makes. So for Siphon, bonus health scaling decreased and magic power scaling increased though. Okay. Steel. Given Steel's immense durability and disruptive potential, we are once again trimming down his damage potential to provide for a greater trade-off, as well as reducing his baseline armor to ensure he must position with more care in lane, and thereby providing opponents with more room to take trades and poke him out while he oversteps. So, general physical armor decreased, and his shield bash damage has also been decreased. Twin Blast. Twin Blast currently struggles to live up to his mobile gunslinging motive, with his Vaporize not currently not packing enough punch, with his rocket dash being relatively low uptime until the late game. To better facilitate his hit and run playstyle, we're granting more damage and uptime to the respective abilities, bringing him closer to the strength of the more dominant carries. So both for his primary, bonus physical power scaling has been increased, and magical power scaling has also been increased. And for his rocket dash, the cooldown has been decreased. Interesting. Ooh. Wraith has found incredibly success. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, at various levels of play, largely thanks to the reliability of his peekaboo, which can feel incredibly difficult to dodge. Yes. Even at range. Yes. Pair this with his incredible attack speed relative to other carries, he can excel. I think that's supposed to say in the box, or from afar with little room for other carries to fight back. Reductions to his overall short-range DPS through attack speed reductions and long-range consistency through a slower and less frequent peekaboo are required to ensure his overall strength and flexibility in combat do not eclipse the capabilities of other carries. So his general attack speed has been decreased, and attack speed growth has also been decreased. His peekaboo cooldown increased. Max health damage decreased as well, projectile speed decreased, projectile gravity decreased, and projectile radius has also been decreased, and his knock damage against minions has been decreased. Yin has been a benefactor of the various lifesteal and item changes that came with version 1.4, resulting in a surge of power that becomes incredibly difficult to deal with should she get ahead. As a result of this, we are stripping back some of her inherent healing capabilities to ensure it doesn't become too excessive compared with her typical item choices, alongside increasing the BAT to provide less excessive attack speed once she gets a few items online. So her BAT increased from 1.3 to 1.35, and Windburn physical power scaling has been decreased. Zaros needs buffs. Buff Zaros. If I see enough, this will be crazy. Zaros continues to struggle. Yes, he does continue to struggle. Often feeling unable to duel opponents. Yes, that is 100% true. In extended lane scenarios before running dry on mana. Yes. And having limited options to navigate fight unless a barricade is available. Yes, that is true. Some increases to his overall mana and further increases to barricade and Colosseum's uptime and being granted to alleviate these issues and provide Zaros with more windows of success. Thank you. He definitely needs a buff. He is extremely squishy and very reliant on his abilities. General mana growth has been increased, okay. His barricade cooldown has been decreased by 1 second, okay? And his Colosseum cooldown has been also decreased by 10 seconds, roughly. Okay, cool. So that was all the hero changes that they made. Nice. Some highs, some lows. The Zaros change was 100% necessary, oh my god. Some item changes. I guess we could read... So for Satisfaction, Safeguard Shields has been decreased. Silentium, Muzzle Silence duration decreased. For Typhoon, Cyclone attack speed per magical power scaling decreased from 4 to 3%. Onyxian Quiver, Lifesteal decreased. Sky Splitter, Rend melee current health damage decreased. Rend melee current health damage... Rend ranged current health damage decreased as well. Spectra, Radiant strikes on hit damage decreased. Basilisk, cost decreased. Oh really, that's interesting. Dracodium, surge bonus healing per stack decreased. Overlord, Devour stack threshold decreased. Devour bonus health on stack threshold decreased. Salvation, Aegis Omnivamp decreased from 12 to 10%. Combustion, Pyro magical power scaling increased. True Silver Bracelet, Reprisal Shield decreased. Catalytic Drive, Converter stacks to evolve decreased. Deconstruction, Healing max health scaling has been decreased. Cybernetic Drive, Lesser Deconstruction max health scaling decreased. So I think most of these are just kind of nerfs with not too many buffs here and there. General bug fixes. So, fixed various issues where certain items and hero abilities could incorrectly draw minion and tower aggression. Fixed an issue where blink and other similar targeting indicators would be slightly offset from the actual location they would arrive at. Fixed an issue where the previously selected skin for a hero would not be applied currently in subsequent matches. Fixed an issue where incorrect skin variants would be applied in game when purchasing another variant in draft. Fixed an issue that could cause the play again input prompt to be difficult to read. Fixed an issue where different info text layouts would be displayed when cycling through the Shadow Ops reward track. Fixed an issue where the loot cause claim prompt was spaced incorrectly. Fixed an issue where the Kalari's emo was described incorrectly. Okay. Fixed an issue where FFE and vibrations would not play correctly to certain abilities. Fixed an issue where death sound effects could incorrectly play upon rejoining a match. Fixed an issue where heroes could appear invisible upon rejoining a match. Fixed an issue where the user's camera could briefly flicker to their death location upon respawning. Fixed an issue where the user's range indicator show while dead. Fixed an issue where heroes could die again upon respawning when killed by the enemy base. Okay. Fixed an issue where the user's respawn timer could become desynced upon rejoining a match. Fixed an issue where Sparrow's heightened senses in-game description could not update its damage correctly. Fixed an issue where the user's name could disappear in the social panel after disconnecting from voice chat. Fixed an issue where the voice chat on-off toggle could disappear for a short time after the setting is changed. Fixed an issue where the voice chat could automatically disable during gameplay and not be usable until its user resets the game. Fixed an issue where the user's voice chat icon could appear blank under certain conditions. Fixed an issue where all users could incorrectly be highlighted on the leaderboard. Fixed an issue where the incorrect number of party members would be shown while navigating the Opal store. Fixed an issue where declining a draft swap request could block navigation to further requests in the draft. Fixed an issue where the muted voice icon would not appear in the moment when the user mutes themselves. Fixed an issue where the muted voice icons could visibly disappear on the UI incorrectly. Fixed an issue where the users could scroll to their friends list outside of the boundaries in the game. Fixed an issue where the user could crash when using text chat in the settings menu. Fixed an issue where Boris's facial fur would not render correctly at certain ranges. Fixed an issue where users could crash upon losing connection. Oh, is this my issue? I don't know. Fix an issue where deafen setting would not correctly apply. Fix an issue where the cluck overheads emote description was incorrect. Oh, and we are at the end of the patch notes. And that's it, you've made it this far. Thank you for reading. We hope you enjoy the new features, changes, and bug fixes included in this update, and that they enhance your overall Predecessor experience. In the meantime, we're hard at work preparing for 1.5, aiming to deliver the ultimate Predecessor experience. Stay tuned and watch this space. And here are developers. So that was the patch notes. I'm very keen to hear you guys' thoughts. If you made it this far, what did you guys think about the hero changes, the general bug fixes? I'm pretty sure more people kind of cared about, oh yeah, and the minimap improvements, all that kind of stuff. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will be out with a new video soon. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.